السلام بسم الله والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. Today we're going to solve this TP inshallah. Objective of this TP or TP number 2 is to be familiar with instantiation of objects and constructors and encapsulation and overloading. Not overriding but overloading. Well, let's see, we'll see the difference today inshallah. For this I'm going to use IntelliJ IDEA because, to be honest, Eclipse first, it's very heavy to load, and this version I have in here is old. بمعنى I updated my Java version. It's the last version, 21 January 2025, and this version is let me just check that. It's supposed to, well, this is the 2024 version. So ماهيش compatible مع last version of the GDK. It's not a problem, but I want to use the new one. As I said in the last video, make sure that your Java compiler and the Java you have is the same versions. As you can see, it's the same, and it's an easy process. I hope you did it and you know that it's a super easy process. So therefore we're going to be using IntelliJ IDEA because it's the newest, and I used the new version. Okay, this one is the last version. It's the community edition. طلعتها السنة اللي فاتت, so it's compatible. Anyways, so let's just jump right into it. What we can do here is we can create a new project. New project. Let's call it TP2 or something like that. And let's use here we can use, this is 2021, can add GDK from disk, which we can do. We can go C program files, we can go to Java DK23, say OK. So it's going to use our new GDK. Okay, so we can create this project in this window. So okay, there's already a problem. I don't know what's that. I'm gonna just exclude folder. Yeah, this is a Windows Defender issue. Let's run this to make sure it's working. So yeah, it is working. So what is it saying? It's saying sous Java, écrire une classe rectangle qui déclare deux attributs, longueur et largeur. I think this one is fairly simple. We can go here, we can go new Java class and give it a name. It's called rectangle. So as we all know, classes in Java should have uppercase names. Should be Pascal casing. Remember the name. أنا insist على الأسماوات because a programmer should have at least knowledge in the jargon of programming. Pascal casing, camel casing, snake casing, stuff like that, and other stuff, APIs and all of this. Anyways, so add class, as you can see, it comes by default public. It's okay, but you can say that شو ما تضرش. Use attribute. As we said, classes have two things: attributes and behaviors. Attributes هما اللي variable, and behaviors هما اللي fonction اللي méthode. So longueur et largeur, divisibility privée, so they have to be private. So syntax is simple. We go private, okay, and then we give it the type كما C. So longueur et largeur, you can give it float. I think we already know that. Longer. So let's give it longer. I'm gonna name it long. Okay. Oh no, I can't name it long because long is a type. You see, long is something شغل type ثاني. Longer تاعو أطول من الفلوت. So I'm not gonna name it longer. So I'm gonna name it. As he said, I think it's like that, right? And we have another thing. Another. Larger. Okay, it's fairly simple. It's larger. Yeah, it's detecting errors because it's in English. I'm just gonna exclude it. Well, there's no need. There's no need. So private وش حاب يقول you can't access them from other classes. Let me give you an example. Let's go to this main class. All right. Let's go to this main class and let's create an instance of the class rectangle in there. So as you can see, it says rectangle in the default package. So دي جديد بتاعها. So let's rectangle. Let's call it R1. And then let's create a new rectangle. Rectangle, right? And then let's close it. What did we forget? We forgot the new word. Word new. As you can see, this is the keyword to create. If I click here باش ديروا control and كليكيو من بعد باللاسوري تاعكم على الاخر. left click راح تديكم الكلاس اللي عايزينها منها. As you can see دانا الديريكت لللاين اللي كريناه به. So this is الاخر. هذا is a constructor. It is called the default constructor in Java. في الجافا كاين دو تيب. كاين كيما نقولوا حنا default constructor اللي يجي مع الكلاس مع تكري لها بلاصه في الاخر في الميموار فيها constructor. وكاين constructor اللي نكريوه حنا which we're gonna see right now. So حبيت نقول لكم بلي هنا we can't access these variables. يعني هنا كون ندير r1 dot I have nothing. If I do longer I don't have it. Okay, but let's just do this. Okay, if I go here and I remove this private keyword for longer. Okay, so and then I do r1 dot, as you can see longer is here accessible and I can change it from here. Okay, it's saying write only object. Yeah, write only object. What does it mean? ما عندناش من نجيبو data. We don't have getters. Okay, this is what it means. So I think this shows what does the private do and what does the public do. There is another one is protected, but I'm not going to use it in this lesson. Okay, so let's keep back our keyword, right? So visibility preview, this is it. Now and then it says a constructor qui initialise les attributs. As you can see here, what is a constructor? A constructor is basically هو هذا this keyword here. بس احنا في داخله راح يكون عندنا الاخر values. راح يكون عندنا values inside of here. Okay, so let's create it. كيفاش الكرياسيون تاعك كيف راح تكون؟ a constructor must be public. take notes. a constructor راح يكون public. راح يكون شلون راح نكريو function بصح without الاخر without type de retour. الكونستراكتور name should be the same name as we said here. constructor هو هذا لازم يكون عنده هذا الاسم نفس الاسم تاع الكلاس. so constructor ثاني لازم يكون عنده نفس الاسم تاع الكلاس rectangle. ومن بعد هنا راح يكون عندنا الvalues right. values تاعنا اللي هما float longer and float larger right. بعد هذا القيم اللي راح نكتبوهم احنا هادو لازم نعمرهم. واش حاب يقول اليوزر راح يجي لهنا راح يكري as you can see expected two arguments but found zero. ديجا ديتيكته باللي it should have الاخر float longer و float larger as you can see. So what we should do now لازم نعطيوهم قيم. as you can see الاسم تاع هذو لي فاريبل نسموهم كيما تعرفون في السي هذو دي فاريابل الاخر لوكال شغل دي كوبي. they have the same name معنا لي فاريابل تاعنا تاع الكلاس. so this is an issue. كنت هنا وكندير longer تساوي longer gonna have an issue here right because both have the same name. هذا الفاريابل as you can see يسطر عليه تسمى هذا هو اللي ديكته بصح this is what I can't do this. so as you can see here the value longer assigned to longer is never used. variable is already assigned to this value. so if I click remove redundant it's gonna remove it. so الحل تاع هذه المشكلة is to use the this keyword. this keyword واش حاب يقول this dot longer. this معناها this باش نبسطوها means شغل قلنا rectangle. شغل قلنا rectangle dot الاخر dot longer. okay but we can't do that. شغل ما نقدرش نعيطوا للكلاس مداخل الكلاس. so they use the this keyword. معناتها شو حاب يقول I am in this object متعلق بهذا الكلاس. it's very complicated. you think it's easy but it's really complicated this word بصح باش نبسطوها this حاب يقول باللي this تجبد لنا لي فاريابل تاع هذا تاع هذا تاع لوبجي تاعنا as if we did the object as you can see when you did here when you did r1 dot نهار كانوا public عطانا longer و larger so it's basically the same thing as if we gave an instance of it. Okay, so another way we can باش نشرحوها مليح this keyword يكشغل الريفيرونس للأوبجي تاعها الريفيرونس للأوبجي اللي عايط لها. اوكي so this حاب يقول اللي باش نديفيرونسيو بين الفلوت تاع الاخر تاع الكلاس اللي عطيت لها مع الفاليديز اتريبيوت تاع الاوبجي تاعنا because again a class is just كيما نقولوا احنا is a template of an object. تما كي نكريو منها instance this instance باسكو هنا دوكا واش راح نديرو longer و larger so for example نديرو longer 15.2 for example و larger 17.1. I don't know where they came with these numbers. Okay, so what is the issue? Float longer provided double. Oh, I think how can I solve? Convert first a number to float. I think. Yeah, I remember this. The float numbers in Java بس كاين double كاين long وكاين so all you have to do is to add f at the end باش يعرف بلي هذا float ماهوش double باسكو floats الطول تاعو الله اعلم I don't know maybe 16 bits and double is 32 I guess والاخر integer 8 bits so this is or bytes I actually forgot so you have to add f at the end as you can see if you don't add it it's gonna say it's a double so لازم ترجعتيها باش يعرف بلي دخل as you can see الايرور راح تما هنا هذا الريكتانجل لما نعيطولو now if I click the as I did earlier قبيله كي درت ريكتانجل دار لي لهنا remember دار لي لهنا دار لي الكورسور هنا but this time if I do it it took me to this one so الفلوت longer و larger هذو اللي هما 15.2 17.1 راح يروحوا لهنا now بعد هنا هذو لي فاريابل كيما نقولوا احنا دي كوبي as you can see وهذو هما لي فاريابل اللي نحوس نبدلهم the real variables تاع هذاك الاوبجي تاع الاوبجي تاعنا r1 باش نعرفوهم كيف ريفرنسيوهم with this keyword. This keyword عندها بزاف استعمالات. We're gonna see another use of it right now, which I think we're not gonna see in school. By the way, you're not gonna see that in school, but we're gonna see it today. So this longer equal longer. This is the first one, and this dot larger equals larger. Now, to be clear, إذا الأسماوات ما كانوش كيف you can تقدر تستغنى على this keyword, okay? تقدر تستغنى على this keyword. Now let's talk about overloading while we are talking here. Now, suppose that the user here دخل ما عطاش قيم كريا ريكتانجل ما عطاناش قيم and ماناش حابين نكريو الاخر default constructor اللي كيما نقول ما فيه حتى قيم نحاولوا نعطيو له حنا قيم تاعنا so what we can do here is we can create another constructor public rectangle ما عندوش قيم وش يدير يعيط للother constructor. Now focus with me, this is something, it's not complicated but it's fun. That's it. You should think of it as fun and interesting, not as a thing. So we can do here is this, right? When I do this, I can give it. أنا نحوس نعطي له شو ما ندخلش قيم أنا نعطي له قيم 0 0, right? You know what this does? If I click on this وش دار؟ It took me to this thing. باسكو علاه باسكو ديتيكتا باللي هذا هو الكونستراكتور تاعي اللي فيه الاخر دو بارامترز. اوكي this called overloading. درنا overload شغل نفس الكلاس فيها دو constructors نفس الاسم. So overriding is using a method from another class with the same name والbehavior تاعها يتبدل. But overloading is the same class راح يكون عندنا نفس الميثود the same name. okay. and الاخر كما نقولوا احنا لي فالي الاخر لي بارامتر تاعهم مش كيف كيف. This applies to constructors and to methods. We're gonna see how it applies to methods الاخر بعد شويه. Now okay, I hope you understand that this keyword is a very fascinating word. Now if I click on this here as well, if I click on this I can't actually click on it because especially longer this longer أو يديني لهذه. and if I click on this longer يديني لهذه. use this control click control مع لاسوري باش تعرفوا الاخر. it will help you understand the code. okay. now so we created a constructor اللي فيه كاين سلسله تريبي وزدنا واحد من عندنا. is a bonus from me ان شاء الله to another use of this keyword. again انا قريت الاخر في الجامعه they never taught me this that this keyword I can create a constructor but ممكن تستنتجها. so I hope that this keyword at least is very clear. if it's not, try to play with it a little bit ان شاء الله تحتبان. although I can give you an article, maybe I'm gonna add an article on بعد about people that got schizophrenia from this keyword. yeah, truly, I mean so don't go deep into these things, okay, because you're maybe gonna get schizophrenic because these words are philosophical as I said actually في واحد الفيديو تاعي قلت لكم they are philosophical and this is the case. anyways I hope you got this. so sorry for talking too much. I know. so كرينا كونستركتور كي ينسى لي زاتريبيو اللي هو هذا and we added one. الميثود كي renvoie la surface de rectangle de rectangle تسمى ميثود اللي ترجع لي السيرفاس تاع الريكتانجل. a method that الاخر اللي ترجع السيرفاس تاع الريكتانجل. so السيرفاس تاع الريكتانجل اللي هي طول في العرض. so what you can do باش ترجع so it has to be public ومن بعدها هنا it's like C. so in C also there is these words صح in high level C بلي ما قريناهاش احنا but there is actually. so مادام float في float تسمى راح نرجعوا لها float. اوكي float بعد النيم تاع الميثود تاعنا نسميوها surface. again surface ولا الميثودز في الجافا they have الاخر they have كما نقولوا احنا بين قوسين the same names as الاخر. I'm not gonna give it values to be honest. علاه باسكو عندي ديجا في الكونستراكتور. so what I can do is return this I can نقدر نستعملهاش نقدر نستعمل طول longer times larger. okay I can use it directly and it's gonna work. it says there's an error. there's nothing. there's nothing. so what we can do now here كيكم تشوفوا بلي هنا they're gray وش حاب يقول معناتها they're not used. okay this is used او زرق باسكو الانستانس تاعنا ريكتانجل هذه راهي بيضاء اللي هي هذه هذه راهي زرقاء اللي هي هذه and then هذه وهذا راهم كما نقولوا احنا so if I did this اذا جبت هذا and I removed it. okay I removed it. now if I go back هذا او لا زرق وهذا راه زرق عليه باسكو راني عيطت له من هذا. I hope you understand. okay so let's try our example. نعاود نقلب القيم تاعي باش ما don't overwhelm you. I know it sounds complicated but it's not, trust me. now what I can do here is I'm gonna print the surface تاعهم. so basically I'm just gonna do r1 dot surface and all I'm gonna do now is run the code. let's run it and see. so بسم الله I'm gonna return 259.92. I can add here plus مثلا meter then meter square I think. yeah let's run it again. this time I'm gonna change this one ما نعطيلوش قيم. okay let's run it. as you can see مشى عادي. but now let's try to remove this one. okay let's remove this one. okay شوف السي الاخر في شو يسموها في what شو اسمها في البي اس كود كنترول ومن بعد سلاش الاخر تخدم this time now. As you can see now there is a one related problem. الشيء هي انه ما عنديش دي variable. now واش حاب يقول باللي فوا اذا كرييت كونستراكتور عندي في الكلاس تاعي default constructor راح يروح. So I need to create an empty constructor, but I'm just gonna remove this one as well and see what is gonna happen. Okay, if I try to calculate the sum تاعهم في زوج without the thing, so it's the same thing 0 0. But now let's bring them back. بينكم باللي it's working. now نعطي لهم شغل 1 1 1 1. اوكي تما دوكا راهو empty بصح empty فيه هذا empty والديفولت كونستراكتور قلنا ثاني empty بصح. شوفوا دوكا واش يحسب لنا it's 1.0 متر سكوير ماشي متر سكوير. so as you can see فوا يعني هنا كون كليكي هنا كون كليكي كنترول كليك كنترول it takes me to this one. اوكي وكما شفتوا كي كان ما عنديش هذا الفرغان كي كليكي تداني لهذا it's a default. في الجافا take note في الجافا كاين كي ما يكونش عندي اي كونستراكتور داخله حيكري لي default constructor. اوكي وكي نكون عندي كونستراكتور فيه this means اي ما عنديش الشوا دوكا خلاص I have constructors ما نقدرش كيفاش ما نخدمش. لازم اذا كنت حاب نخدم دي فوا لا attributes لازم نكري واحد بالاتريبيوت الداخل. اذا كان عندي واحد اخر فيه attributes. I hope this makes sense. now we learned also what is overloading. هذا المثال. let's try another example. okay, I'm gonna do overloading now with methods. okay, so I'm gonna take public load surface same name. okay, but this time I'm gonna نعطي لها قيم. so maybe for example let me do int 2 for example. okay, this is just for the sake of example. okay, مانيش حابين نكثروا. now it is استغفر الله يا ربي int I don't know z for example. my mistake. now نديرو return نديرو z times longer times larger. now this time as you can see if I did r1.surface and this time let me just give it نديرو زوج و5. okay, زوج و5 if I run it 5 في 2 شحال 10 right, so it's gonna give me 10. but this time if I did here 2, what do you think it's gonna be the answer? It's gonna be 20. as you can see this is called overloading, and the overloading هذا يمشي في الران تايم. واش حاب يقول معناتها في لو طون ديكزيكسيون راح يديتكتي واش من لو طون ديكزيكسيون راح يديتكتي واش من فونكسيون حيعيط. so if I click control on this one as you can see the cursor راح direct لهذه. I hope you get the idea. it's very straightforward. overloading this is overloading. راكم تشوفوا ما كانش عندناش هذيك hashtag override راح نقراوها بقى في overriding. this is called overloading. there is no need for it. so for the override annotation. so as you can see هذه راهي زرقاء علاه باسكو we called it and الاخرى راهي grey نقول ماناش مستعملينها. I hope you get the idea and why I like using IntelliJ IDEA and why they should be using it. It's university and it's yeah anyways. so بعد قلنا الميثود affiche يافيش ان تكست كوم سويت جو سوي ريكتانجل ما لونغور كذا ما لارجور okay. so I'm not gonna do this one. you do it on your own. this time هي اللي تافيشي. take notes هي اللي تافيشي ما ترتورنيش افيشاش. so this is my الاخر easter egg for you and you do it on your own. I'm not gonna do it. so this is the first example. we learned what is a constructor. we learned what is the use of private. we learned overloading constructors. We learned what is this keyword and one of two of its use cases. We learned overloading methods, and I guess we learned a lot of things. Just this one particular example. So yeah, let's jump now to this second exercise. So it says écrire une classe personne permettant de décrire une personne, sachant que l'on souhaite avoir autant d'informations que dans la phrase suivante. Mr. il est né en tatata. So راح يكون يعطينا الاسم تاعو، اسم واللقب، ومن بعد العمر تاعو ولا لا date de naissance. Ok. So ajouter un constructeur qui n'utilise tous les attributs et un constructeur qui utilise uniquement l'attribut civility. So let's create a new Java class. We call it person, and we can see now person راح يكون عنده private الاخر utilisateur، راح يكون عنده nom, prénom و date de naissance. So it's gonna be private name. Bon, you can't do name, it's gonna be and string name. As you can see here شكون لو كنت تعرفوا هنا string is a class. why؟ باسكو راهي مكتوبة بال uppercase letters عليها، وفي هذه الميثود واجدين as you can notice. But anyways, string. I'm gonna teach you here another way to create strings in the thing, but I'm not gonna do it now. كنديروا الانستانس مثلا. Okay. String واش قلنا عندنا نو، واش كان نيميت نو now the private string prénom، وعندنا private int year, birth year. Let's call it birth, as we know that we use camel casing in now I'm gonna teach you another way to create constructors. Go to generate and then we go to constructor ودوكا نسيليكسيونيوهم في ثلاثة by clicking shift left shift، بعد نسيليكسيونيوهم ومن بعد نديرو اوكي. as you can see it's directly created it. ومن بعد قلنا وحدة كي uniquement الاخر كي detect uniquement civility. So again you can just go generate. Yeah, I forgot that civility. Right. String civility. First one I'm gonna create it. The first one, private string civility. I don't know. I'm happy. That's it. So let me just delete this one here. Let's create another one. It's called constructor. So create them all. Okay, and another one that detects only the second one, right? So another one that detects only civility. So generate structure civility برك. Okay, as you can see this one detects civility only. هذيك شغل de préférence انت كطالب تخدمهم بيدك خير باش تولفهم. كي تشوف باللي خلاص ولفتهم وتعرفهم then you can use these generators and these shortcuts. Okay. Now بعد pour chaque attribut ajouter un accesseur de lecteur et un accesseur de modification. Accessors are getters and setters. Now as you can see here, if I click on generate, one of the choices is getters and setters, and getter وحدهم setter وحدهم. Getter and setter في زوج. Okay, but I'm gonna do it on my own. So getters and setters وش هي الخدمة تاعهم. Now if I go to the main class, let me just comment this. This is the التمرين الأول, right? This is the التمرين الأول. As we did in the R1, ما نقدروش ناكسيديو للآخر للvalues directly. ما نقدروش ناكسيديو للvalues تاع what's called تاع الأوبجيكت تاعنا من غير من الآخر باسكو برايفت. So the getters and setters هما وسائل اللي يخليونا ناكسيديو لهذا الآخر لهذا الأوبجيكت ولا لهذا الاتريبيوت تاع الأوبجي برك ماشي تاع الكلاس كامل. اوكي. let me show you an example باش تفهموا واش هو البوينت من هذا. اوكي. so For example, let's go back to the R1 example, rectangle example. Let me add here a public مثلا int a مثلا, okay? And then let me just go back to my main and let me just remove these things, okay? I have now this R1 thing. So I can do this. I can do rectangle dot. I can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. So, yep. Can I trim this now? Can I trim it? I don't want to trim it. Okay, this one is actually a static thing. I should have used static keyword. نقدر نعكس يديلها بكل حاجة. But I don't want to talk about the static keyword for now. As you can see now, I can do it, but it's not the time for it. So I think I'm going to leave it for another time. Static keyword, as you can see, like this word here. As you can see it. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to our example. Let's hide this. Okay, so let's create our getters and setters. But before, let's create an instance of the person. Like now we all know how to create person. I'm gonna name it P1, and again new person. As you can see now يعطي لي الأخر choices. Let's go have a create person مع civility ولا with all its attributes. Okay, so I'm gonna create it with all its attributes. So the first one is civility. It's a string, so I gotta put it here. So it's Mr. Right, and then string no. So I'm gonna call it, I don't know, simple maybe. And then Reno mind and birth year. Okay, let's use, it's an integer, so let's go 2003. Right, so now this is the thing. Now can I access these? If I did key 1, I can't access. ما نقدرش نمودي في هذا الخصائص اللي خاصة بهذا الأوبجي P1. I can't access its ability. I can't change it if I want to change it. The dependent. So what I do here is to create let me just hide this one. Create getters and setters. Now how to create getters and setters? Getters بالاسم تاعهم. Getters they get ما يريتورنيو. So مادام تريتورني لازم يكون عندها type de return. Okay, so first of all they should be public. باسكو public things are the things they can access. Okay, public. وبعدها يريتورنيو. مادام يريتورنيو حاب يقول اللي عندهم type de return. So I wanna نكري getter للcivility. civility is a string, so type de return لازم يكون نفس التيب تاع الحاجه اللي نحن ريتورنيها. and then ومن بعد مادام getter في الجافا عندهم ما نقولوا احنا اتفاق بين العلماء to use this syntax. Get he gave it on its own. This is why I like IntelliJ IDEA. This is why you guys should be using IntelliJ IDEA. We should be rebelling against these teachers and force them to make us use IntelliJ IDEA. I'm just kidding, guys. So get civility وحده. Now مادام راح نريتورني string اللي هي عندي اصلا هنا. So there is no need to parameters. I don't need parameters inside. All I have to do here is to return civility. All I have to do. Now this is a getter. Now if I go here and I click s out and then I go p1 s out واختصار باش تكتب system.out.println p1.get civility. And now if I run it, it says Mr. As you can see here, it says Mr. Now same thing is used for the thing. No, birth year. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go generate getters, and as you can see my civility Pascal is already created. And then as you can see here civility بعد get no. As you can see get ومن بعد اسم هذيك تاع الاخر uppercase. Get no كيف get preno get birth year. Now setters. Let's talk about setters now. Setters معناتها set معناتها حط set this thing. حط هذه الحاجة. معناتها راح نبدل القيمة اللي كاينه معناتها هذا البيرث يير حاب نبدلو، ولا السيفيليتي حابه من مستر حاب نقلبها ميسيس. سو should be public. بعدين راح نبدل، سو مش راح نروتورني، راح نبدل وانا ما تقلبليش. سو تبدو الروتورن تاعها راح يكون void as you can see. بعد كي نكتب set راكم تشوفوا واحد وديتكت لي set civility. بس هذه المره مادام حنبدل تعطي لي حاجه نبدل بها رايت. سو مادام civility راح ندير انا string civility، راح تعطي لي civility باش نبدلها right. So what I can do now here، ايش راح ندير؟ راح نبدل. So all I have to do is this dot civility مادام عندهم نفس الاسم equals civility. As you can see it's working now. Again now لو كان هنا ندير في الكود تاعي هنا ندير p1 dot set civility او نعطي له مثلا message ولا message هكذا. وبعدها نعاود ندير هذا الكود، نعاود ننفذ هذا الكود right. Control C. I'm just gonna do it. Dead run it. You can see it says Mr. then it says Mrs. as you can see. So هذه الخدمة تاع getters and setters. And now I talked once هذوك مرة في الفيديو اللي فات تاع الفايدة تاع encapsulation. This is encapsulation. We were doing encapsulation without just saying that it's encapsulation. So I can generate setters as you can see مع طريق civility. Choose them all and click OK, and now I have setters for all of them. Now one of the other things I talked about is that it's for the consistency. مثلا حابين مثلا إذا حبدل civility, let's assume, okay, it is an example from me. Let's assume that this guy is a transgender, like the thing, like a lot of people, and كان مستر ولا مسز. اوكي نعوذ بالله من الخذلان هذا، اعوذ بالله. Now that's crazy. Now انا من حب ما دام بدل السيفيليتي تاعو من مستر تو مسز I want him also to change الاخر his civility الاخر his name as well. I want him to change his no ما يبدلش البرينو or يبدل البرينو ما يبدلش النيم. So I can go here this is a constructor. So set civility, for example, I can here مثلا this civility equals civility, and I can call him, I can go as out. Since you changed your civility, change your name as well. Okay, change your name as well. For example, I can create a scanner object as scanner, and then new scanner, and then I'm gonna do next dot. Oh, how to create a scanner? I forgot. I just remembered. It's I was gonna Google it, but I just remembered it's actually system dot in actually, yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, system dot in. So and then what I can do here is I can do this. Let me do that. What can I do? Scanner, new scanner, system in, and then I can do new name, string new name equals. I can even set it as private. This one example. مش ما يبدلش فيها. Private string new name. Private string new name, and then I can do here is next stuff like it's scanner dot next line. Okay. So and then what I can do here, which it says problem. Default private not allowed here. So it's my bad. I'm gonna remove it actually. وعلاه نريموفيها because it doesn't matter. اليوزر ما عندوش ما عرفش اصلا باللي كاين variable اسمه string new name inside. So what I can do now is I can call the other constructor. How can I do it? I can call this dot. I use it with this. ما نقدرش نخدم الاخر p1 or this. So راني في الobject تاعي. So this I can do set prenom. Yeah, I can call set prenom and give it new name. Now this example ماهوش planned at all, to be honest. So let's just test it with each other, okay? So public set civility misses. Let's see what's gonna happen. So اكتب لي Mr. قبل ما يبدل civility وش كتب لي؟ Change your name as well. So I'm gonna say what did they do? Simple. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do simpler or something, or simpler. Now, as you can see, Mrs. gave me Mrs. Now, either I can do as well. I can do s out, and then I can p1 dot get prenom. Okay. Now I can do get prenom here, system s out, and p1 dot get prenom before changing and then after changing. Okay. So let's try it again. Bismillah. So it says Mr. بعد كتبنا civility تاعنا ولا البرينون تاعي mind, change in name, it's gonna go simpler. Now Mrs. simpler. As you can see, this is one of the things that I talked about, consistency. معناتها you can't change a thing without changing the other thing. مثلا هنا imagine here a terminal application, right? It's a terminal application. Imagine it actually a GUI application, graphical user interface application, وين فواي كليكي يبدل civility تخرج له window من تحت وين يبدل فيها name. How we can do this? Simply by doing this. Again, you're never gonna see this in school. This is just my own imagination talking. So I'm gonna remove it so I don't cause problems for you guys or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed that example. Now, so security and consistency. I hope you learned why we use encapsulation now. Okay. Now, ajouter la classe personne et méthode de nom string. Let me just check the voice. Yes, it's working. Ajouter la classe personne et méthode de nom to string. Cette méthode doit retourner un chaîne de caractères similaire de la phrase Mr. Data. Okay. The toString method. Now we're going to talk about overriding, because the toString method is, as you can see here, when I do generate, it's here. It's a toString method. Okay. Now it's going to give me the options I need to use. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to do this. I'm going to create it my own. Or should I just create it? Because it's basically what is it? It's this. It's public string toString as you can see. You see أعطاني هذا الفلاش. If I click it, it's gonna take me to the class object. Now we're gonna learn a new thing. Now كل objects like object class كما هي default class اللي تنتمي لها جميع class. And if I click on string as well, by the way, if I click on string, it being string.java. So this is the thing. Actually, if you want to learn about it, you can go tweak these things, okay? And you can read. It's well documented. The values used, character implementation. It's really well written, and this is something you're not gonna see again. Cool. Everything clicked can be, as you can see, constructors, another constructor. Another, well, this is not, yeah. Well, it's basically, this is what I meant by saying that string is an object. Because again, if I go here to int, I'm not gonna find this thing. You can see when I click control, there is nothing, but we go with string, I can see, but this I can't. So overall, this is toString. هي ميثود جبناها من class object. Okay, public string فيها هذه بعدها return get class dot get name بعدها add integer to hex. I don't know what the heck is that, to be honest. So what we do here is we add the override annotation. اوكي. now هذا الفانكشن تاعنا to string راح نعطي له نون برينون اكسيتيرا، هو راح يرجع لي الاخر to string but I'm not gonna give مش هعطي لها قيم داخل. I'm gonna use القيم اللي عندي هنا. I'm gonna return a string right. so اول قيمه في string تاعي هي مستر وش هي civility. so I'm gonna go civility and then it's a string plus then وش راح ندير point بعده وش راح ندير plus then again what is the thing plus space no I guess yes, then plus prenom right plus a comma and then il est né le and then plus just gonna go space here and then here per here right. so and then I'm gonna close this thing. so I'm gonna just close these things here, this one as well, go to the main, gonna remove this code as a whole. What I'm just gonna do here is s out p1 dot toString. As you can see, so I'm gonna run it. Mr. Simple Mind il est né en 2003. So all you can do here is actually between no prénom there space like this and run it again and it's gonna say Mr. Simple Mind il est né en 2003. So it is overriding basically وش حاب يقول as you can see كي نكليكين على function to string in here. let me just go to it. okay man, just take me to string استغفر يا ربي, take me to string. راكم تشوفوا الكونتنت تاعها. شوف نفس ما عندهاش تجيب بارامتر ثاني. شوف الكونتنت تاعها is return get class and also behavior تاعها ماهوش نفس البيهيفير تاع الاخر. تسمى احنا واش درنا override للبيهيفير تاعها. كان behavior تاعها get class get name stuff بصح واش ولا return civility. so this is what do we mean by override. we override the behavior of the methods. now ajouter une méthode âge qui renvoie l'âge en fonction d'un année donné en paramètre right. now we can do this by simply just doing like this. I can go public راح ترتورني لي كي رونفوا معناتها ترتورني again keywords في الاكزامان ولا الاخر. ما قال لك رونفوا معناتها ترتورني فهمتوني. وهنا قال لك افيش معناتها الاخر يعني افيش هذه معناتها ما ترتورنيش it's a void thing. so qui renvoie l'âge en fonction d'un année donné en paramètre. so what we can do here is مادام l'âge راح يكون integer ومن بعد راح نقول اسمها age. هنا درها upper case it should be lower case ترم الاخر syntax ولا best practice تاع الاخر. so qui renvoie l'âge en fonction d'une année donnée en paramètre right. ما احنا ندولها année int year نعطيها year. راح ترسل لنا we can do this two ways. نديرو return راح تقولوا year هي اللي رانا فيها minus year اللي عطاها لنا. but this is not dynamic. this will cause problems بعد العام الجاي في 2026 بعد العام اللي بعده والعام اللي بعده. we can't be using this. okay. what we do here is to create something use Java integrated functions. نقدر نكريو variable نسميه current year. من راح نجيبوها لي؟ راح نجيبوها من Java time. as you can see year dot now dot get value ترجعنا int. okay. so now it's gonna work. now what we can do here is نديرو هنا current year minus the year تاعنا. so let's try that and what's this? I don't know what that's to be honest. as you can see باش نفهمكم بلي هذو راهم يتيمبورتاو الفوق time year يتيمبورتات الفوق basically automatic. so we created the toString thing. let's now s out p1 dot year age. نعطيو له الير مثلا 2003. Let's see how old am I now. Let's do that. 22. Oh man, 22, nigga. I'm old. I'm actually 21, but yeah, whatever. So this will work better than نديرو هنا 2025 ونقصو. No, we need to learn these. كاين واحدة أخرى تاع calendar, but I think for now all this we can do. Again, if we want to check it, we can go here and see how it's created. So it's an internal value-based thing. So I don't know what the heck it is, but if you're interested, you can check this and هادو system هادو يتعاملوا مع system. They actually go check this and they get the values from it. Now, as you can see, it's 3:38. Asr time is soon, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna end this video here. I'm gonna finish these other things. Let me just take a look at them and see if I'm gonna solve them or you can do them on your own based off what we have seen already. Because again, مانيش حاب تكونك consumer, and I'm talking شغل out of experience. ما عنديش هذيك الاكسبيرينس الكبيرة, but as a student, I think it's very bad, very toxic for a student to just rely on a teacher or on just watching. I hope you are typing with me what I'm doing, and overall, yeah. قال لك يكرين class main class ne comporte pas l'attribut et comporte un méthode public adéquat main string utiliser. I think we already have done that. We already have done that. Civility, votre nom, votre utiliser un constructeur de classe personne objet P2, civilité mademoiselle, c'est attribuer l'objet P2 avec les valeurs. So it's basically saying that we should create another object, okay, with another constructor. So it's saying that we should create another object. It's person P2, right, with a constructor that only handles the civility one. I'm not going to do mademoiselle, I'm just going to say Mrs. I don't have the time to write all that. And then it says initialize their instance P2 dot set prénom and set civility. Civility is already set. P2 set prénom بعدها تخدم تسمي واش تحب set stuff. So I'm not going to do this because I think it's very obvious, because I already did كيفاش نديرو what getters and setters do. And this is, we talked about, this is overloading the constructor. بعد قال لك تجين constructeur de classe personne pour inscrire GP2. تجين méthode to string pour envoyer les détails de l'objet P1. We already did that. And then les valeurs attribuées de l'objet P2 afficher les valeurs get بالgetters تسمى هنا to string وهنا بالgetters. ومن بعد utiliser la méthode h pour afficher l'âge de l'objet P2. GP2 bien sûr مادام هنا درت له على naissance هتخدم. So it's obvious. Now the last one is, it says écrivez un class appelé circle qui déclare deux attributs. I think we've already done that. Class rectangle. I'm gonna do it again. Constructeur, ok, méthode superficie qui envoie surface, circonférence qui envoie le périmètre واحد الدائرة والمساحة تاع الدائرة. I think that's on بعد to string qui envoie les chaînes de caractères de la forme, cercle de rayon, couleur, stuff like that. Recréer la méthode de superficie surcharge comme suit, ajouter une valeur plus petite. Oh, so surcharge is overload as we did already. شغل هنا يكون عندها بارامتر جديد as we did here in rectangle. Where is the rectangle thing? Look at that. هنا where is it? هنا درنا surface وهنا درنا surface زدنا لها parameter. So again we have done it all. It's super simple. قال لك identify les errors. I'm not gonna check this one. Let's see the errors in here. Now package TP2, as again the difference between IntelliJ IDEA and Eclipse, c'est que IntelliJ IDEA I don't need to use packages because I already have a default package. Okay, صح, it's a common way to use packages. Bon, the use تاع packages is not gonna be كما نقولوا احنا clear to you until you really شغل نهار حتى يكبر البروجي تاعك بزاف ويكون عندك بزاف دي كلاس في packages بزاف وعندهم نفس الاسم and overriding overloading and all of that باش يبان لك الفايدة تاع الباكج and stuff. تولي تعرف الميثود تاعك من الاسم تاع الباكج. بصح في هذا الاكزامبلز you really don't need it. بصح yeah, you gotta, it's not a big deal anyways. So class A, well, for me public is not مش مطلوبة, so it's not an error actually. So private int q, it's not best practice to name things. But it's crazy actually. Private int q, okay. Public static void set q. Wait a second, it's a setter. It's a setter. And why is it static? Now we're gonna learn about the static keyword in another video. I'm gonna make a video just for it. So here it's very simple actually. Static. أصلا منها static ثابت. Okay. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it. So the first problem is that it's static. We need to remove this word, and here as well we need to remove it. بعد set int n بعد this q equals n. Again, if the name ماهوش كيف we can نقدر نستغنى عن this keyword, but although it's not ماهيش المشكلة. Okay. So I think that's the only issue here. So public static, we don't need static, but the int get q. So int get q, return q. Okay, return this q. Again, this is not a problem actually. So let's see now. Package TP2. Okay, public class test. Oh, okay, public static void main. All right, that's correct. So new a. Okay, you don't have a constructor. It's fine. So int x equals 5. Now a dot set q to x. Okay. I'm not seeing any errors actually. I think what's the issue here? I don't know. New a بعد int x equals 5 at the a dot set q x. Okay, we set q to x, so we're using this one with n and it would be an x. But system out dot print ln a dot get q, and we got it. I don't know. I haven't seen any errors, to be honest. I'm looking for logical errors and little syntactic errors. I don't see them. If you saw them beside the static thing, you tell me. And anyways, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. I hope that you understood a lot of things. Again, let's do a little recap. So what we have seen, that the use of private, why do we use it? And I was gonna explain the static thing, but I'm gonna leave it for another video. We talked about overloading the constructors and overloading the methods. We talked about the this keyword and its uses. All right. And as you can see, we even used it in another example here. If I can go back here, when I change disability, we can even call other methods, other behaviors from it. These are methods. We can even change the thing. We can even overload that. Anyways, yeah. So disability, and we talked about creating an instance of objects and how overload the thing, the constructors, and how the constructor depends. So if I go here, so a new person, it's gonna take me to this one, and if I go here to this one, it's gonna take me to this one. This is called overloading. And we talked about the toString for overriding. We use the override notation, and now it takes us to how overriding is actually changing the behavior of the method. We override the behavior, and I think, and we talked a little bit. We learned a new thing, which is the year thing, the year class, and I guess that's it for today. And سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.